Raymond and Sons, Raymond and Sons, Raymond and Sons. What is going on again? It's my brother from another
Nope.
brother, Mr. Rod. What is going on, sir?
Nothing, chilling, eating.
Hey, it's a Saturday. It's another day off. And if you want to eat yourself. All right? Eat, eat, eat.
Sponsored by Pollo.
Pollo Tropical.
Yes.
Now, when you went to Pollo Tropical, did they run out of chicken when you went?
Nah.
Okay,
I get the crispy chops.
okay. I mean,
I
has
don't know
every
how popular it is.
Hey, but it's good food for you. You're eating it and you're loving it, so it's all good. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I have you ever been to a Pollo Tropical where you drive in and you order some chicken because you're hungry and you're in the mood for chicken, which is why you go to Pollo Tropical and they say they run out of chicken?
Yeah, I ain't been there.
Oh, I never could ever understand how if your name is Pollo Tropical and pollo is in your name and
You
chicken is
should never
what you
run out of chicken.
do, how can you run out of chicken?
Hey, same way Popeyes was running out of chicken.
Man, but at least
Popeyes chicken.
Popeyes is not. Yeah, Popeyes and chicken, but Pollo Tropical, Pollo's in your name, man. Come on
Chicken
now.
in Popeyes name. They run out of chicken all the time.
Well, anyways, Rod, we got a lot to catch up on, but before we start talking about sports and the normal stuff, how are you doing? What's going on? How was your week? Catch us up.
Oh, I'm doing good. Normal work week. Tired? Nah. Pretty much laid back, chill. Um, Watched the Super Bowl. 49ers let me down.
Mm. All right, we know.
Shanahan, man.
Look, it's 2 minutes into the podcast, but I guess let's just
Let's go. Yeah, let's go to it.
let's just
First,
go,
hold on.
man.
Before we start, because
Okay. Okay.
rest in peace, Kobe.
That's right. We haven't had a podcast
All right.
since that happened. We had the podcast the Saturday before that happened. That's right.
Yep. Moment of silence for Kobe and his daughter and everybody that was involved. Okay. We good.
Look, we were about to start talking about sports, but since we did talk about Kobe, man, I don't know. For me, it's been a couple of weeks. On my other podcast, Marshall Brothers podcast, we'd had a little ode to Kobe again, and it's just still surreal. Like when I, go on ESPN and I look at basketball stuff and I look at Lakers stuff, it's just surreal that the man is gone and he's now an afterthought as far as just thinking about his legacy now. And one of the
Right.
things that hit me the most was not necessarily him as a basketball player, but just because I am now in the phase of life for me where I am a father, just thinking about everything that we've been able to see about just him and spending time with his daughter. I have a daughter, and that's just the thing that I'm thinking about right now. And
Right.
it's just so interesting how as you evolve, as you get older and older and older, that you think of different things and just thinking about his legacy, just thinking about him as a husband, him as a father, and that's the stuff that all I can think about right now is, him and his daughters and all that stuff that he's not able to take care of anymore. So I just thought that was interesting how, I'm changing up like that. But that's the first thing that came to mind was just him and his relationships that he's got.
Yeah. When I heard the news, I was like, this can't be real. And I'm like, damn, Kobe? Lakers? And then, because one of my close friends is a diehard Kobe fan. He had text me in a group chat, like, Rod, is this real? I'm like, let me see. Hold on, let me, look into it. I immediately looked into it and seen the headlines. I'm like, shit. I'm like, yeah, it's real, man. And you can hear the devastation in his voice. I ain't gonna say I was a big Kobe fan. When he was playing, but it kind of bummed me out that Kobe was gone.
Yeah.
So, but
I mean, we're like as far as all of our ages, he's a
yeah,
peer of
he was.
ours. I mean,
Yeah, he would have
man,
been like our Jordan. Like I remember like saying, "I'm Kobe."
I mean, the man, what, 41? He's like 5, 6 years older than us. So, we'd be, especially with where we are in our lives now. I mean, the man is starting to get to the middle stage of his life. That's where we are now. So it's not like when, I was in elementary or junior high and he was in high school playing the pros. Like, the older
Yeah.
you get, the closer the amount of years that separates you isn't that far off. Like, when
Right.
you're in elementary and somebody's junior high and high school, that's like forever. When you in high school and they're in college, that's another thing too. But once you leave college and those years pretty much shrink, and we're just contemporaries. So I don't know. That was just something that I just felt like I needed to get off my chest. But no, it was definitely a tough thing. So I
Right.
heard that they're doing the actual service in February 24th.
Yeah, that was like
24 at the Staples Center is what I heard.
I believe so. And you see how the numbers lined up? His daughter was number 2, 24, 20 years he played for the Lakers.
Mm-hmm. And then there was something that Desiree had put in the chat when you added up what his birth year plus something else, it equal to something. I don't know. It's just surreal. But no, definitely rest in peace. And I just think about his family all the time. And hopefully, as the days go by, you're never gonna forget. But I'm just thinking about them.
Yeah.
Ah.
But on to the next story.
So
Super Bowl.
we were talking a little about Super Bowl. So scores 31-21. Patrick Mahomes, ends up getting what 26 for 42, 286,
He
2
don't deserve the MVP.
touchdowns. Damian Williams, who I think needs to be
Deserve
the
the
MVP,
MVP.
17 carries, 104 yards, 1 touchdown. Tyreek Hill had a quiet 9 receptions, but ended up getting 105 yards. Dude, talk me through. I mean, everybody's gonna be. It's the same thing that has happened to Kansas City all playoffs. They're down. I remember seeing a photo of somebody taken, on the third. I think it was the beginning of the fourth quarter when was it? No, it was the end of the third quarter. They had scored their second touchdown. They had everybody together. Taking a photo. No, it was a turnover, and I think they ran over to the end zone.
Yeah, they
Everybody
always do
taking
that on turnover.
pictures in the fourth quarter, and then 10 minutes later, 31-20.
Yeah, but see, Kansas City went down like they was to the Texans, down like that to Tennessee. If they would have went down like they, that many points against 49, they weren't coming back. It really wasn't like a one possession game.
I mean, they're down 10 points, fourth quarter, 7 minutes to go.
Yeah.
They go from down 10 to winning by 11.
Yeah. You could one little score and you back in it. So,
I mean, I don't know if anybody is surprised. I mean, first off, Chiefs were favored, so if Chiefs were to lose, that would be an upset. So Vegas had them, everybody had them.
What?
I watching the game because it was, again, you got to see how it is for most people not having a person to really root for. But for me, I was kind of rooting for the Chiefs because I did my residency over in Kansas. But watching that game, like I didn't care who won. I would have wanted the Chiefs to win. But even watching that game in the fourth quarter, it was like all the other games. I was like, well, I mean, Chiefs had done it before, so they could do it. I wouldn't be surprised if they did do it.
Do you think they're going back?
I think it all depends
good
on.
Enough.
I mean, I think the question is, who in the NFC is coming up?
In the AFC?
NFC.
For 49ers or for Kansas City?
No, so I mean, who
Kansas
are the teams?
Kansas City's not going back.
I mean, they got a quarterback.
You barely made it by the skin of your ass this one, so.
But when you got a quarterback,
I'm gonna tell you, it might sound like I'm hating. Patrick Mahomes, great, excellent talent. but he give me them Aaron Rodgers vibes.
Yeah, of course.
Like, he gonna be great, but not win that much, or great regular season out of the playoffs. Remember how Aaron Rodgers won the Super Bowl? They were like, "Oh, he's gonna ring him off,"
Mm-hmm.
and he haven't been back since. I get that kind of vibe, and the reason I get that vibe because if he take that $45 million, oh man,
Yeah, you're probably gonna cripple the team for a little while,
yeah,
but in a couple of years, that $41 million contract, as we've seen with everybody else, I mean, it's not going to mean anything. I mean, the same thing happened with the 49ers with looking at JG or Jimmy Garoppolo's. You know, wasn't he at one point the highest paid quarterback?
no, I think he had got into like the top 10.
I think there was one point in time where he was the highest paid quarterback
No,
when they
I
did
think
that.
he had got to number 2.
Yeah.
I don't think he took the number 1. Cause, Matthew Stafford was always there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he made more than Matthew Stafford now.
We'll have to look at that up. But anyways, I mean, every year you're gonna have a quarterback that's gonna be making more than the quarterback before, and most of these quarterbacks, they're gonna be expecting it. And
yeah, when you get paid top dollar, don't mean you're gonna win. You got to do like, I'm a Patriot fan, so I'm like the Tom Brady blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
You don't take top of the market. You just stay around that top 10, like that bottom half, that 8th, 9th spot, and then winning produce off the field money, bigger endorsements. You feel me? Like better opportunities. Everybody like a winner. Like, I guarantee you, when the NFL about to kick off next season, it'll be tons of Patrick Mahomes commercials. Tons. But once he slow down producing, like, if it don't translate to wins, then you got to get that on the field money. You get what I'm saying? Because endorsements is not going to be really that. Even though he's a hell of a marketable guy, like, you could market him. Because the young people love him, the old people love him. So he marketable as hell. But if it's not translating to wins, like Peyton Manning, for prime example, marketable as hell, funny, good guy, but he also won a lot, even though it didn't translate too much to the postseason. But he won tons of games.
So I just pulled up an article about it's the NFL's highest paid quarterbacks average salary per year.
Yeah, Jimmy G like 3rd, right?
So we're gonna go from 10 to 1. This is an article that was written. This was March 6, 2019. So it was
the beginning,
a little dated
last
year. All right. Yeah. So you got Matthew Stafford, number 10 at $27 million.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy G, 27.5 at 9.
Mm-hmm.
Jacoby Brissett, 27.9 million as 8.
Because that's a franchise tag.
Okay. You got Kirk Cousins at 28.
Mm-hmm.
You got Matt Ryan at 30. He's at number 6. Number 5 is Carson Wentz at 32 mil.
Mm-hmm.
You got Jared Goff, 33.5 million. Number 3, tied with Aaron Rodgers. Number 2, you got Ben Roethlisberger with 34 million, and number 1, you got Russell Wilson at 35 million.
Yeah, that was a new contract. That's that. He in the bed posting videos with Sierra.
Yeah, with Sierra.
That was that contract. That was, I remember that.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
what
we doing, Russ?
He was literally having his
big
cake
money, Russ.
So
when you making that much a year, you can do stuff like that.
So this was March 6th, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So after this season, you figure there's gonna be some moves. You figure you're gonna. I feel like, are they gonna extend? And is Patrick Mahomes gonna be extended, or are they gonna try to hold it off one more year?
No, he probably get an extension this offseason. Ain't gonna, because they got him at that $40 million.
Mm-hmm.
But like they say, if you accept that, you lose help. I
So
mean,
the
Sammy Watkins can walk.
mm-hmm.
Travis Kelsey, I think he got one more year under his deal. He's going to get paid top target.
You win that championship, you're looking for your money at that point. You
Right.
know?
And
So
Tariq Hill, he signed, so he probably whole lot and complain if he outperformed this current deal, but he's under contract for 4 years.
So yeah, the players are gonna move around, but you got the QB. So out of that number 10 list that we just spoke of, names that you don't hear, we don't hear about Tom Brady.
Yeah,
That's one
because
reason that's not there.
Tom
But
is the more kind of guy like I'm gonna make I can make 15, 16 on the field because I'm gonna make 18, 15 off the field.
but I think he's trying to get to that 30.
Yeah, well, the initial report is rumored that the team will pay him 30.
Okay.
He didn't ask for 30.
Okay.
The team said they were willing to pay him 30 a year on a 2-year deal. All right. So that's $60 million for 2 years. It was said that he said, forget the 30. I won't take the 30 if taking less would get me better weapons.
Yeah, I did hear that too.
So, because he knows the bigger picture. He knows the more he wins, the more money he makes off the field.
Well, not only that, but I
He
feel
stay
like
relevant.
and that too. But I mean, how many? He doesn't have that many years left too. So I think for him,
It's
my
all about
thought
winning.
would be exactly.
But think about it. His whole career been like that.
Yeah.
He never been the highest paid quarterback, even though he deserved it.
Mm-hmm.
He never was the highest paid quarterback. I only think he was in the top 5 once as the highest paid quarterback. I ain't saying the other guys that are getting their money not team players, but he understands I have to take less to win. Because if they can spread the money out, it make my job easier.
Yeah.
But it's also the NFL. And, they say it's not for long. So get your money while you can.
And right now, with the way that just managers are,
that position, if you win at that position, if you win at that quarterback position, you got endorsements. You good. Like Russell Wilson, he getting 36, but I guarantee you, if you look up, Russell probably making 12 to 15 million off the field. On top of that 36. Aaron Rodgers, Mr. State Farm himself, double check. I'm guarantee you they paying him double figures. I mean, like 10 to $20 million.
And the only difference between their salaries is $2 million on the field, though.
Right.
You go 35 and 33.
At that position, you can take cuts because if you win, you'll get more money. But like if it's a lineman, running back, wide receiver, any other position, get your goddamn money. You cash in.
I guess my question to you is, when we looked at that top 10 list, do you see, if let's go with the theory of, just to have a conversation, that Mahomes gets up to number 1, surpasses Russell Wilson.
He will be.
Do you see any of those top 10 teams with top 10 quarterbacks, as far as money, getting to the Super Bowl?
Nah, because I think out of that top 10, you read off, 3 of them made it to the playoffs or 2? Kirk Cousins, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, 3.
Aaron Rodgers, Jimmy G, Kirk Cousins.
Okay, 4. 4 made it to the playoffs. Out of
like
10.
You said, just because you got paid that money doesn't mean you're going to the playoffs.
Yeah, that don't translate to wins now. You need help.
Yep, Ben, he's hurt. Jared couldn't do it. Carson, no. Matt Ryan, no.
Who's the number 2?
Ben. Big Ben.
Huh?
Big Ben as of 2019.
Yeah.
Big Ben.
He got hurt, so we're going to give you a pass on that. Who 3rd?
So Aaron Rodgers, he was the playoffs.
4th?
Jared Goff. He didn't make the playoffs.
No playoff. 5th?
Carson Wentz didn't make the playoffs.
Nope.
Matt Ryan didn't make the playoffs.
No, Philly did make the playoffs. They just was out fast, man.
Dang. Okay.
They didn't make the playoffs. They was out fast.
Man, all right. So Matt Ryan didn't make the playoffs.
Nope.
Kirk Cousins did. Jacoby did
Nope.
not. Jimmy G did, and Matthew Stafford did not. So 6 out of the 10.
And Carson Wentz was hurt, so
That's true too. So, I guess the other question is, do we see Drew Brees trying to get big money? I mean, he's pretty
why
much.
not? He deserve it.
I'm saying, so this is pretty much his last contract.
Right.
So he's gonna be cracking that.
But
top
he's
10.
marketable as hell too. So he got life after football.
Yeah. So I feel like those, and you know how things are too with these. Most of those quarterbacks were probably what 4-year. How many year contracts do you think they had?
In the ones you read off the list.
No, we didn't talk about Breeze. We didn't talk about Tom Brady.
Breeze, if he stay with New Orleans, it won't get him above the 5th spot. He'll be like that Tom Brady between that 10 and 10 and 5th round.
So I don't know, man. I mean, so I guess the question is the difference of $5 million going to make or break you being able to get the weapons that you need?
Yeah.
$5 million spread out the rest of the 70 or 63 players, or that $5 million is going to make the difference? I don't know about that, man.
Cause look, think about it. Russell Wilson highest paid, right?
Mm-hmm.
What weapons do he really have?
I'm just saying $5 million.
He just willed them to win.
$5 million isn't. I don't think $5 million is the difference.
It's a difference when you think about it. He getting 40 a year.
One person. You got one person.
You got to think about it. One person getting 40. Like, all right. Prime example. Patrick Mahomes. Mm-hmm. He get 40, right? Travis Kelce want to re-up. Mm-hmm. He want 15. 15, it said 15 to 18 million. So, right? You still got to sign Chris Jones.
Mm-hmm.
He helped y'all. Like, literally, I seen him make big plays. When he's going to want top D tackle money. I don't know what the market is for D tackles, but I'm pretty sure it's around the 13 million a year range for D tackles. 10 to 13. So that's the 3 players right there, right? Sammy Watkins. He's quiet, under the radar, but he make plays. He's gonna want between 12 and 15 million.
But like you were saying, like once you start going down that pecking order,
yeah,
right?
You see, now the money's drying up.
But once you start going down that pecking order, then that's when you start realizing, hey, the reason why I'm not going to sign this person is because I think I can get somebody else for less.
Right. And then there's talented.
Yeah, but
that person you let walk. Yeah, and then you got Frank Clark. You took on his contract.
Mm-hmm.
And I think his go up to like 16.8. Yeah. Almost 17 million.
That's that GM game. That is the GM game, and you try to figure out. And that's why the Seahawks, for those years that they were out there, the reason why they were able to do what they needed to do is because Russell Wilson was on his rookie contract.
Right. Yeah.
They were able to pay the people that they needed.
Hurt and win. Mm-hmm. Even though he getting paid and they still winning.
Mm-hmm.
But when they run into like more talented team, that's when they struggle. Because in the NFL, you got to meet talent with talent, or you got to meet talent with strategy. And I mean, by that, a lot of good players. Not great players, but a lot of good players. Like the Patriots, they ain't the most talented team on the field.
But they got that quarterback.
But it's a bunch of good players with one great player. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, most of these teams that you're seeing, other than those teams that are stacked defensively, which you still got to pay, most of those teams that you're seeing that are winning the championships, they got that quarterback.
Right.
And the question is, and this is why GMs do what they do, does Patrick Mahomes, does he end up doing the whole, I mean, they're not going to let Patrick Mahomes walk.
No,
you know?
You be a fool. Everybody get fired, you let him walk.
So so one of those things where you have to. So it's like, well, what's the highest? I mean, I'm not gonna go
No.
15, 20 million over what the highest paid quarterback is. I'm gonna do one
Oh,
more so that I can
if
take
I'm
him.
if I'm staying at the gym, I gotta offer him. I gotta offer him the bank.
You
You gotta
have to,
bring the
yeah.
truck, bring the
Yeah.
truck, back it up. Hey,
Mhm.
we got 42 million. What's up? I
And then
gotta
what?
keep you,
Yeah, and then what you do is you may not
and
win
then I
next
work
year
around you.
or the year after, but
I
then
build
maybe you
around you.
yeah
Yeah. Now,
maybe you got 2 or 3 more years. You let the salary cap go up a little bit more. You get
because
some more
he's only
money, and then
23, so
yeah, 22, 23.
he could
So
think he got like
he got at
options,
least 10, 10, 15 years, depending on if he's getting hurt or not.
right? Like he know his body more than anybody. So
Yeah.
if I'm Patrick, I'd be looking like, okay, I'm kind of durable. You feel me? I could take some
But
punishment.
I mean, he got hurt. I mean, he came
Yeah,
back, but
yeah. I could take some punishment. Can
Mhm.
I take $34 million a year punishment and then win? You get what I'm saying? Or
Mhm.
do I cash in now and then on my next contract say, hey, I'm gonna take less and then win? So he got like he can play it either way.
yes,
Like,
that is true. That's
cause
true.
right now I'm pretty sure every endorsement is calling his agent. So if he making say next year he make 30 million off the year off the field, I'll take less. I'll take about 30, and then you go get me some more weapons, and we
Mhm.
do our thing.
So I
Or
mean,
you resign, you lock Kelsey up, you lock Sammy up. You feel me? And do your thing. But I don't know. He got options. He got to work it out. That's him and his people. But if he take the money up front and they lose people, you gonna go that Aaron Rodgers route where you the best player on the team like he is now, but you're not winning. Cause the NFL like they adapt to you and they will stop you. And then if you lose, cause that whole team, rely on speed, offensive wise.
yeah,
So if you lose in speed, even though if they lose Sammy, you get Hartman.
yeah.
Sammy and Hartman, you be like Sammy a better wide receiver,
Mm-hmm.
Hartman faster. So they'll respect him deep, but route running, I don't think he can be one of the best.
They
So you
need
rely
at
on him.
yeah, they need at least for them to work the way that they can.
They need one
They could probably pick somebody up for less, but they got to have two deep threats. And right
speed.
now,
Yeah,
you got Tyreek. So I mean, that's why they're going to be able to do what they need to do. But if you
because
lose two of
Kelsey
those
getting old,
people, yeah, exactly.
so they know their little tricks to get open, but the linebackers getting faster.
Yeah.
So, and I know he worked the underneath, but if the underneath ain't there, you are gonna need somebody that can get separation besides running the deep route. And you got smaller receivers, so if the DB get physical with them, will they be able to get off?
So I think the thing is ultimately what you're thinking about right now is
Mm-hmm.
you either gonna have do you either keep Kelsey or do you keep Watkins? I feel like you
Oh,
keep Kelsey, and
you
if
can keep
Watkins,
both.
well, if well,
If I'm Mahomes, I sign a shorter term deal so I can get back to the money. But it also can hurt you because if you get hurt or
get hurt,
anything, they get a team a way out of that easy. So like that's a hard decision. Like, because if not, Walker's on the Patriots radar. Excuse me.
yeah.
So
But I feel like that's where they're gonna be looking at trying to find something from the draft.
yeah, they've been drafting pretty
So
well. So
they're
and
that's
Reed always draft well.
yeah.
So
I mean, I did not know. I mean, you were telling me a little bit about Tyreek Hill. You were telling me a little bit about Hunt before he left. So those
yeah,
are people that they kind of gambled, but they won on.
yeah,
They were
like
talented, but they had the
Tariq
off-the-field
Hill.
stuff, and
Tariq
there you
Hill
go.
is a phenomenal talent, and he's an underrated wide receiver.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Even though, because I guess people rate him so low because they do a lot of gimmick plays with him.
Well, they
You know
said
what I'm
he's all
saying?
speed, but he doesn't have hands. That's what he
Oh
was
no,
coined
no,
for the longest.
that one thing he got hands. He got hands now, but everybody like they don't give him props when it comes to route running. But you
It
know
don't
he
matter.
ain't
You
the
don't
one
need to
calling the
run.
plays though.
Well, you don't need to know how to run routes if you're one of the
Yeah.
fastest kids
No, but
out in the NFL.
but he can run routes though.
Yeah.
Like that what people get like they don't give him no credit for running routes. They just think he just fast. I like the man. I see the man do the underneath routes, the 5, the 7 routes and stuff. Like he people respect his speed and that add to it. They be like, oh yeah, really. But
I really think
he
that
run clean routes.
Yeah.
Right. Like that route, even though they gave Patrick Mahomes all the credit for that bomb in the Super Bowl, Tariq Hill had the safety on skates.
Yeah, no, he juked him. There was a reason why he was open like the way he was open.
Right. But the ball was through to the left. Tariq Hill went right. He adjusted and came back and got the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But if Patrick Mahomes would have, he got grabbed, but if he had time, he probably would have threw it. Because Tariq Hill had put the safety on skates. He didn't know which way he was going.
So is that due to speed and being afraid of?
Because he was behind. He was still in front of Tariq. He was still in front of him. Now he ain't like the safety. He made the tackle.
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm look, Tyreek Hill. I'm gonna give him his due.
Yeah, the man.
I do know that if you're quick and you can run, normally for someone who's slow, you do a little move, you're not gonna really mess up. But when you're fast and you do that little move, you're gonna fall because you're respecting the speed.
They got him like they call him a gimmick player.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say he ain't the best receiver.
He's not the worst. He's more than just speed, is what you're saying.
Probably out of the receivers, he's probably like 8. If you do a top 10, you like 8th or 9th.
8th best receiver in the league, you're saying?
Yeah. Because
I'm not gonna
argue. The other ones, they hone their skills because they don't got as much speed as he do.
Yeah.
So they worked on it, and then when you that fast, getting in and out of breaks, that's like a wear on them, your feet.
Yeah.
So I understand why he didn't really want to home that like that, get that turf toe and all that crap going on. But the man, listen, put it like this. When he, as a human being, you gonna lose a step.
Yeah.
He's preparing for when he loses a step to run routes.
Yeah.
Because you put him, I ain't gonna say he's as smooth route runner as Edelman, because he runs some smooth routes. But he can do similar stuff as Edelman in the slot. So I'm just saying.
No. Again, no disrespect to Hill. I mean, look, I think you brought up a good point. I mean, I think that he's probably. I mean, he's not Edelman. He's not AB. But
AB always open. Hey, I'm telling you, I see that in person. He's always open. Jesus.
But I think it's one of those things where he just, like you say, he doesn't need to.
Yeah.
You might as well. If you're like 95 speed, you can be like an 80 route runner, and your overall is still like 92. Yeah. So.
Well, like they say, what's the fastest cat? A jaguar. Why slow down? Be what you are.
All right, so we talked about that for a little bit. You want to talk a little bit about the NBA and some of these moves that people trying to do?
I see your team over there. I know you want to talk about the Heat. I see they low key building over there. I see what they doing. They gonna come for the moves they made. Maybe third or fourth.
The people that they lost, but I'm not really concerned. Winslow, but Winslow hasn't played all. I mean, I think last year Winslow. I think that's when the experiment was okay. Is Winslow going to be that guy? It was pretty much between
Winslow
Winslow
be that
and
guy
Richardson.
when they got Butler.
Yeah. So between Richardson and Winslow, I felt that Richardson
Was a better player.
was a better player.
Okay.
So once they traded Richardson to try to get Butler, then they figured, okay, this is Winslow. But between Winslow, I think he was one of those dudes where they tried. I mean, he's still young, but it's like, you know what? I mean, our time is now. I don't want to
All right,
wait
they
no
trying to
more.
win now. They got older veteran players, so
I
you
mean, am I
win
happy
now.
with the move?
And why not? Because the East wide open.
I mean, do those moves later on in the season? Yes, I think those. Do I think the Heat's record now is probably a little inflated based on it's not really prime time? Yes. Do I
Right now,
think that they're overachieving? Yes. Do these moves maybe help average things out? I think so. I think with these
what
moves,
what
then
what with these moves, where they at now in the ranking of the East?
I mean, right now, I mean the East like 2 through 5 or 6 are, you know, the difference of 2 games or something like that. So I think they
No, I'm
might be
saying
third
like
or
no,
fourth
no.
right now,
Throw the records out, like talent wise.
talent wise or record wise.
Talent.
I mean, talent wise, before the moves, I mean they were definitely probably towards the bottom because
After the moves.
you got a bunch of rookies who are playing higher than what people thought, but that's going to average out eventually.
Right.
They're gonna.
But I'm
That's
saying
gonna
now,
burn out.
after the moves, after the transaction.
I mean, do I see? The thing is, though, talent-wise, do I see that Iguodala all of a sudden moves them up from, as far as a talent perspective, from 7 or 8 to the top 5? From a talent perspective, no. But I think the reason why they're higher than they are is more from just the way that they play D, just the way that they play team ball. I mean, they don't have
And
those big
what
stars.
Iguodala was known for?
I mean, he's more that D. He's more of a he's
Yeah.
that gritty player. So
And he'll drop you 20.
yeah, no. I mean, this dude. I mean, you remember when he was on the 76ers? I mean, this
Yeah.
dude was
Shit, when
all
he was on
star,
Golden
all star.
State.
I think you remember Golden State when he won the MVP. So, I mean,
I don't know about that part.
he still got an MVP. I
He
mean,
won
not
the
just
MVP because they
anybody.
won the series.
Not anybody gets an MVP though.
No,
I
but he
mean,
won the MVP because they won the series.
look,
LeBron won the MVP,
look. He's still
but
an
they didn't
MVP.
win.
I mean, how many people have won a Finals MVP?
LeBron averaged a triple double in that damn series.
I'm just saying he got an MVP. What I'm not saying he deserved it or didn't
Oh,
deserve.
okay,
I'm just
okay.
saying
Oh,
he won
okay.
the
Make sure.
MVP.
We
Okay,
just making sure.
that's all I'm saying. Am I saying that Andre Iguodala was a much more talented player than LeBron James? No, no.
No. We know that. I'm saying
Okay,
that
okay,
stat
okay.
wise, we know who was the real
Well,
MVP. But why take
because
it if
you're
you
not gonna
lose?
give it to the losing team. You
Mm-hmm.
know that. So I don't think from a talent perspective they're necessarily better, but at the same time, I mean, the people who were there giving up, they gave up James Johnson, they gave up Dion,
Dion.
Waiters, and then so would I? If you told me Andre versus Winslow, I probably would take Andre just because I know Andre's been through it. I mean, from a talent perspective, as far as athletic beast, yeah,
I
Winslow's
got y'all third or
athletic,
fourth.
but from a but I don't see them moving up from a talent perspective. They're moving up maybe overall team chemistry, all that stuff. They're
Right, I
moving
got
up,
y'all third or fourth.
not from
In the
talent.
East, the East wide open.
Yeah,
You got
I
the
mean,
Raptors, Milwaukee, Boston, 76ers.
let me see.
I think head to
The
head
76ers, I mean,
in the
they
series, I got
mentally,
y'all.
yeah, I mean, mentally, the 76ers,
They're not there.
no, mentally, they're just not there. I mean, right now, when you're looking at the East, Miami Heat, right now, they're fourth.
Right.
They just lost, a couple games because they didn't play people because people are hurt, and then the whole trade thing, so they weren't playing people. But like like I've always felt that
What team's ahead of them?
they got Milwaukee, the Raptors, and the Celtics.
Okay. And what I said just a minute ago, I got y'all over Philly. Philly fifth, right?
I mean, they were already before the trade. They were already above them.
No, I'm saying like
those
in the
teams
hit
haven't played yet. Yeah,
in the
Philly's in
series.
fifth right
Yeah, in the series, I have the Heat beating Philly.
now.
I
Right.
got Heat beating. Shit, I got Heat beating. Philly.
Now.
Shit, I got Heat beating. I got Heat beating Raptors in the
Right
in the playoff.
now, I think
Now
those moves are
Boston and
clearly playoff.
Milwaukee, them hoes, that's a different animal right there.
Yeah,
So
I mean the Heat they beat Milwaukee once during the season, but there's a difference between in the beginning of the year people figuring stuff out and towards the end of the year when it really counts.
right.
So like like we talked about in the beginning of the year, I mean the Heat. What I'm surprised about is usually. I mean, no. I mean, you still got Brooklyn and Orlando, 7th and 8th, that have losing records. But I feel like the top teams in the East, they're better than what they were in the past. Do I feel like they're better than the top teams of the West? It's still what we talked about in the beginning of the season. It's still going to be
Yeah,
the LA show, and one of those LA teams is going to win the championship. Denver,
yeah,
Utah, Rockets, Thunder. I mean, those teams are actually worse record-wise than the top 5 teams in the East right now. So it's still in LA. In LA, whoever wins out of that is going to win it all.
yeah. Them teams they're like stacked, and the Clippers got even more.
Telling you, Clippers are like it's now or never. But I mean, they got
Like
the depth. They got even
Clippers,
more. I mean, they
Clippers
they
not
had more
playing.
depth before because I remember we were talking about before what we felt like the Lakers as far as raw talent, the 1 through 3, 1 through 4, we felt like the Lakers won that, but then after that we felt like the Clippers were a better overall team when we were
Right.
talking about the year, and I think they just spread it out even more.
Yeah, like Morris, like they bench is loaded. Even though they lost a couple of defensive players, but they replaced it with offense.
Which is probably the name of the game. I mean,
Right.
because when you got Claw. I mean, he's gonna
He gonna
be able
lock
to
you down.
He's gonna be able to take up a lot. He's gonna be on your best person, and he's gonna squash that, which is gonna give the other players an opportunity to do something. So, no, I think you're
Right.
right. Do you want to even talk about who won, who lost, any of that stuff, or
Well, you can't. It's too early to say who lost
mm,
because a different situation might. If you won balling before the trade, you got in the right situation, you gonna ball. Like D'Lo, he's gonna ball in Minnesota.
you know?
Um, Wiggins, damn, did not see his NBA career being done like this.
Me too. Like was he number 1 or was he number 2 draft pick? Was he was number 1 over
I think
to
number one and number
Cleveland,
two,
right?
right? But they shipped him out for Kevin Love, so
Yeah.
at that time, Kevin Love was a better talent.
Yeah. I mean, I think so. We talked about the whole D'Angelo Russell going to Timberwolves. We just talked about that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
right now Warriors are just picking up. They're just trying to pick up picks right now.
Right.
And the game that they're trying to play is, eventually we get our big 3 back. We're gonna have some draft picks to put
Mm-hmm.
around the big 3. The big 3, they're slowing down, so hopefully these draft picks are gonna be able to pick it up. And that's the role that they're trying to play because they can't win with what they got. So they're going to do something in the lottery plus pick up some picks. So, I mean, I guess these injuries, we knew they weren't going to be good this year, but
Right.
it's probably better. Like, it's one thing when their players are all healthy and they're middle of the pack, but now, they're still going to have the same players back. But it's because they're going to be in the bottom half, they're going to get some picks and they're going to be able to reload a little quicker.
Right.
So that I think that ended up because either you win, and if you don't win, then you might as well get some picks.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that ended up working out pretty well for the Warriors. This whole
Yeah,
thing.
you got the first rounds. You got Andrew Wiggins. He's a pretty decent two-way player.
So there was an article that they were writing, or Steve Kerr. What he's saying is that Wiggins probably fits their offense a little bit more than
D'Lo.
D'Lo, and I agree with that
What?
because you can't have D'Lo and Steph. I mean that wouldn't really work. I don't see that working.
Well, with D'Lo, we know why Golden State got him to trade him for assets.
Yeah,
Right.
they're gonna flip him at some point.
Right. Yeah. They only acquired him to trade him
Mm-hmm.
later, but yeah, D'Lo is a like ISO go get your shot kind of guy. So
That's
that's
not
why I
gonna fit
say
Warriors right now.
right Minnesota he gonna do his thing. I think Minnesota talent wise is a little better than that Brooklyn team he had a couple years ago. Well, a year ago. So that's why I said D'Lo gonna do his thing. He should be good, but it's the West at the end of the day.
We got D'Lo, and you got D'Lo playing with Jason
Towns,
Towns, right?
right?
So I can see that working. I mean,
So
they need a duo, so that's not a bad thing for them. That's more exciting than Wiggins and Towns. So I mean, that's that. How you feel about what's going on with Drummond? I mean, he's going to the Cavs. I mean, dude, his situation goes from bad to worse.
it worked.
I mean,
Shit.
what does he?
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
people were already talking about his effort and was he really planning and doing stuff. So you going from that, then you're going to the Cavs.
I kind of feel his pain because he went from Detroit supposed to be his team to Blake Griffin arriving. The team being Blake Griffin team. Like, so I understand him being like mad about that, but
That's tough.
Cleveland tough win, man.
So how many more? Let me see how many more years he's got left on his contract. Okay, so I guess this year it looks like from reading this. Uh, where is he? So he has an opt out in his contract for next season. So I think
Right, it
he's
might be a
opting out.
salary dump.
He's opting out after
Yeah,
this
yeah.
year. He's definitely opting out. So he's done.
And he gonna go to a contender and they gonna get it down, but damn.
So what
It'll
do
be
you
a
think about the
long
Rockets?
rest of the year.
Rockets
Huh?
ended up getting Robert Covington. They ended up trading Clint Capella. I mean, I
That
feel
might be a
like
mistake.
that's what I'm saying. Like they didn't get enough back for Capella. I feel.
Yeah, I don't know, but
I
I
get the
guess
playoffs is a different type of thing, and you may need, depending on matchups, you, from what he did
unless
last year and how he kind of started piling up
yeah,
better than what
but
was
he might not
advertised.
fit. He might not fit well with Russell and Harden in that pace of offense. So
But I think playoffs, like we talked about before, that's all a matchup thing. Like who you playing against, and hey, maybe this is the series where this ends up working out.
right. So I don't know. Like that's why I said I got to get a few games to see, and then we can do a winner and loser.
Yeah.
Got to sit back and watch because I was in football mode. I wasn't really paying too much to basketball. But now, football over unless you can watch the XFL. But
That's gonna be the next thing that we're gonna talk about next, man. Is talking about this XFL stuff. I mean, yeah, let's
whew,
talk about XFL. Look, I'm happy from the perspective of I just don't like the time of the year. Like
but
the best part of the year is when football and basketball are going on because you got something to watch anytime. Even though basketball is just really preseason like.
right.
Then you got basketball, which is fine,
But you don't
but
think it's like overload of
man,
football because you had college and you had straight NFL, and then now you got to get back into another.
it's something on. Before it was like, gosh, what am I gonna watch?
I'm gonna check it out because ain't Cordell Patterson on one of the commercials?
I think so. Look, I'm gonna look up the XFL website right now.
I think I seen Cordell Patterson on one of the commercials, and another cat I know.
I mean, they got, let's see, Jim Caldwell's an advisor. I mean, they got some names. Look, this one is gonna like what was the
I
other
got to see
league that
how
we
it
had
look.
before?
I got to see how it look. You talking about that AFL?
No, not AFL. Oh, the other thing that they ended up that American college thing that ended like halfway through the season because they ran out of money.
Yeah, that was the AFL, man.
No, AFL Arena Football League. Arena Football League is pretty established. I mean, I think they're done
the
now.
AFL or something like that. It was some question.
AAL or not arena football. The other one.
Yeah.
The one that
Yeah. No, that's funded. Like we know money behind this, and some men behind this.
That's the one that Steve Spurrier was doing. He was the head coach, and all of a sudden, one week they're playing, the next week there's no more, and
he was
done.
coaching that.
Yeah, Steve Spurrier was coaching in that.
Oh shit!
Oh, yeah.
You better go get. You better go get an XFL job. Shit.
No, I think the XFL, like you said, there's a lot more money in that. You got a lot more players that are going to be in that. That's the one that, I mean, it's something to watch. And at least the names that I'm going to see on that.
I'm gonna watch opening day.
That's today, man.
It is?
Yeah.
What time?
It started at 2. I got it on background right now, man.
Oh shit! What channel is that on?
ABC Channel 10. So one thing
I thought Fox got it.
No, well, they don't got the first game. So the first thing that I learned is that their kickoff is different. Their kickoff is different. They got, the kicker back in the normal and the 40-yard line, and then they got the rest of the players on the other side of the 40-yard line just lining up, just so that you don't have to worry about those massive hits.
Hold on.
Go ahead, take a look, man. Go ahead, man. There you go. Look at that. Yeah, Cordell
Hey,
Jones.
a lot of people there.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, something to watch. There's something to watch. So we may have to start reviewing and watching some XFL games and having some play-by-play stuff. I mean, we might be the first people who are covering it, so we may become XFL specialists.
Commentators, analysts.
Yeah. But no, that'll be something that I look forward to for that. All right, so we're done with that. Let's talk about movies. Let's talk about movies real quick because we're 2 minutes into the podcast, man. So what have you felt so far? The first month of the year has gone by when it comes to some of these movies. Tell us the last movies you watched. What you think?
I seen Bad Boys, Gentlemen I Talk last. We just seen Birds of Prey last night.
All right, so what you think about the whole DC? What do you think about the Batman Revolution? That whole thing. Talk to me about it, man. Is Marvel supposed? Are they going to be scared? Is it something for them to think about?
Not this year. Like if Marvel do the same lineup they did this year against Batman Year One, The Rock, Black Adam movie, and possibly Aquaman 3. Aquaman 2. Yes, you got to come with your stronger franchises next year. This year you can get away with that, even though we know Wonder Woman is gonna Wonder Woman probably gonna beat Black Widow in the box office just on popularity. Like she a more popular character. Yeah. So DC, off these 2 movies should have the leg up. Even though Black Widow, I predict gonna do well, and Internals, people really like. That's for the hardcore comic. So that's gonna be like a tough sell.
Because last year, I mean, Marvel, I mean they
dominated. It was the last 10 years.
I mean, like you said, they got a head start, and they had their most powerful season with Endgame.
Right.
That was
up.
Jeez, you got Endgame, and then you got Captain Marvel, who she kind of is the new person. And like you said, rebooting. I mean, right now everybody's trying to figure out, okay, what's going to happen next with Endgame. You got one person that's passing the baton on to another, so we know that it looks like Spider-Man is going to be the new face, is what I'm thinking. So,
well, I think the new face, since Iron Man gone and Cap gone, they got to introduce Reed Richards fast, Fantastic Four. They got to put him in there fast. Even though you still got Hulk and Thor, they still in the contract. So you still got Mark and you still got Chris under contract. So as them carrying the franchise, no, I don't think so. But I gotta see. I gotta look at the timeline again. I had it, but I gotta look at it again. But 2021, Marvel better bring it. Cause DC dropping Batman and Black Adams with The Rock. So you better be on point. So you got to bring your powerhouse franchises sequel. I know. Thor coming out next year. Doctor Strange coming out next year.
Okay. So,
either one of them beating Batman? No. If it's done right.
Especially
I don't think they would have beat a Ben Affleck Batman solo movie. It's just Batman.
You think could Captain Marvel end up being the face?
She can. I like Brie Larson. She can. I heard, she got a lot of stuff going, off the film. Like, people don't really like her too much. But she can be the face. Why not? But she got to appear in more stuff, like Iron Man. Because whoever going to be the face got to do what Iron Man was doing.
Yeah, Iron Man was on everything. He was on every single... He at least would do a cameo somewhere.
Right.
So
you got to do what he was doing. You got to do what Iron Man was doing. Tony was jumping in and out of franchises, so you have to do that. So whoever gonna be the face, you got to be able to do that and do it. I don't say as well, but close enough. So, but if they line up ain't strong next year, DC take 2021.
So let's talk a little bit about. We don't want to do details because I haven't seen Birds of Prey, but you had talked about that. So what you thinking? How'd you feel? What you thought? Was it?
Oh, they let Harley Quinn off. They let off the leash, whatever. They let, like, go ahead, do your thing. Every girl in there, every woman, lady in there did phenomenal, but they let her especially off. And Margaret Robbie is Harley Quinn. That's her role. Like, it's up to her to turn it down. Like RD, like Robert Downey was Tony Stark.
Mm-hmm.
She's Harley Quinn.
Okay.
Like, I don't see nobody else beating her playing that character. So until she was like, oh, I don't want to do it no more, get everybody Harley Quinn. Put Harley Quinn in everything. I know she's in Suicide Squad too. So we'll be seeing her again. In the Batman movie, I don't know when that's taking place. And how what timeline it is, because I know it's supposed to be like early days of Batman, and then Robert Pattinson signed a 5-movie deal, I think, where he got 3 solo movies and 2 cameos. So I don't know how that's gonna work out, but Harley Quinn, Margaret, let her do her thing. If you're a fan of the character, you gonna understand this movie, how she was telling the story, and like, because you got to think about it, she's psycho.
Mm-hmm.
She's crazy, so she don't never stay on track. So she double back in the story, like skip ahead in the story, like skip around because she's not all the way there. So she's more like a Deadpool. If you are a fan of the Deadpool movies, you're gonna love this.
All right, man.
She breaks the fourth wall all the time, so. But it's a good watch. It's action. It's girl power. They did their thing.
All right. So I'm gonna have to wait to see it on the Apple. See whether or not I can get it. Make sure brother-in-law buys it. It's gotta be. See, the type of movie that I need to see. Like, I will get up. Well, again, it depends on where DC is. Like, Aquaman, I didn't watch that in the theaters, but it was good.
Listen, you made a mistake right there.
I should have seen it in the movie theater, huh?
Yeah. Aquaman is visually phenomenal. Shit,
Yeah.
the movie good, but
Yeah.
oh my god.
So you gotta tell me one of these DC movies that I've got to see in the theater. I mean,
The Black Adam and the new Batman, shit, Birds of Prey, Suicide Squad, because Suicide Squad done by a Marvel guy, James Gunn, Guardian of the Galaxy. He's doing Suicide Squad.
Yeah, it looks like it had that type of feel to it from watching the previews.
Yeah.
All the different colors and.
No. He didn't do the first one.
Mm-hmm.
That was a different director.
Okay.
He doing the sequel.
Okay.
Because he supposed to took the reins, I heard, of DCU. But I heard he also got hired back at Marvel.
So it's either one or the other, right?
I think he probably turned it down because he's back at Marvel for Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Mm.
But he already had did the Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I like the direction of DCU going right now. Like, after, I ain't have no problem with Zack, but he wasn't doing it right. So, but this new direction, okay.
You understand why they did the switch?
Oh, yeah, I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, like, you could tell, like, okay, they got, because he was trying to do everything. Every movie he was trying to do. He was trying to either produce, right, or you got to take the blueprint from Marvel, hire directors to do franchises. So it's shot all the same way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's gotta flow. If you go one and then the other,
right? If you shoot
a story inside a story,
right? If you shoot and direct and write everything, every franchise gonna be similar. But if you hire different people, to like, okay, you do Aquaman 1 through 3. You do Wonder Woman 1 through 3. You do Batman. I'ma do the team up.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Then that's a better blueprint. And then you getting different perspectives. Like when this guy, that guy, this lady, you feel me? Different directors.
Yeah.
But he tried. He failed. Now it's better. It's on track now.
Okay. So next Raymond Sons podcast, we got a treat. We're gonna talk a little bit about the whole John Jones fight that's going on tonight. And we may have a little Raymond and Son chicken wing
hot sauce
situation going on. So we won't go into details because
I would not be participating.
Okay.
I repeat, I would not. Maybe Harry.
No. What I think you should do is you need some different flavors out of the, do something so that some other people can eat some wings, and then save some specifically for, the competition is what I think. Because I like your wings. I want to eat some wings, but I'm not going to eat those wings that you're talking about because
I'm not eating them
neither. Be able to show up to work the next day.
Right. So, yeah, we'll work on it. We'll come up with a little menu, and hopefully it go right tomorrow, and we don't have to call the ambulance and nothing.
With that being said, I think that's a good place to end the podcast. So, Rod, where can people find us if they want to hear more from us?
You can find us on YouTube at Raymond and Sons Podcast, Raymond and Sons, iTunes, Raymond and Sons, Spotify, right? Raymond and Son. Instagram, Raymond and Son. Twitter, Raymond and Son. Reach out. Tell us what you think. Subscribe, like, share, do all that. Hit the bell. Do everything. God damn it.
Yes. We are.
Thank you for the support.
We want all your attention.
Yes.
All right, it's another wonderful episode. I think I'm gonna watch some XFL.
I'm watching right now. This ain't bad.
That's what I said. Hey,
it ain't bad, man.
Hey, it's a little.
It's like weird as hell, but it ain't bad.
It's like the tomato. It's like the tomato juice people drink.
You ain't running no kickoff back. You ain't running no kickoff back on here neither.
No. You see what I'm talking about with kickoff? All right. So next Raymond Sons too, we may also have to talk a little bit about XFL and about these rules, and if we feel like it's an opportunity for it to really be something.
Right. All right. Peace.
All right. Talk to you later.